Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to all our listeners near and far. Today, me and my friend have a very interesting topic to talk about, which is a reflection of our assignments. This assignment, we will be talking about the pictures that we have shared and the stories behind it. As we all know, pictures are not just simple digital paintings. It can hold millions, if not billions, of memories together. Well, for that, let me introduce you to my friend.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Aiman Danial.
And as you all know, my name is Ammar bin Abdul Razak. So, Aiman, how do you feel during the writing of this assignment?
What I can say about the process of writing my essay for task 1 is actually quite surreal and complicated actually. To start off, in the making of the essay, I had to go through my photos, and it goes through a lot of process of actually picking up a picture that is closest to me to make the essay for the task 1, since the task um, since the task demand us to actually write a reflection about 2 or 3 pictures. So in the making, I personally did think that I chose the perfect pictures. I chose 2 pictures to talk about in task 1, and I'm gonna start first. So the first one is the pictures of my brother and I. So basically, the picture was about 2 kids on a small wooden boat, which is me and also my younger brother. So from that, what I can say is um, my younger brother and I, we've been inseparable since we were born. So I think it's quite complicated and also sad to think about it, because as everyone might know, me and my brothers were so close together. And since I went here for college, I think that the connection is still there, but it makes us sad that we couldn't meet more frequently, since I am in Johor Bahru and he's staying back in Batu Pahat. So it's been a challenge, but we think about and we try to think of a solution to actually overcome the distance between us. So yeah. So a short description about my younger brother. His name is Adam. So he is a quiet, calm person. I think much more like my father. Me personally, I think I inherited my mom's personality, since I am a very talkative guy and also a very cheerful. Not as much as my younger brother, who is quiet and also calm. He is definitely not overreact when he got some big news or like shocking news. He will be the one who is calm and not think that much. So speaking about our bond and communication, um, from my reflection, Adam helped me to understand myself more. Personally, as me as oldest brother, um, I believe that having a younger brother or even siblings is helpful for the development of ourselves. Through my life, Adam helped me to understand about myself more. Maybe in school, people might not recognize me as someone that is sad. People might only perceive me as a happy person, but Adam has seen me, Adam seen me a lot when I'm sad or happy or confused, and he helped me through it by giving motivational, uh, words, and also he's a great listener. While I am um, a totally talker in the conversation, so um, I think one might believe that I am a very good talker, and he is a very good listener. When it comes to that kind of situation, I think it helps us to understand more, since there is a person to talk and there is a person to listen to our daily problems or things to talk about, and I think it create balance for each other perfectly throughout the day. Other than that, we would also talk about simple things like chores, schools that made us make made our bonds stronger. And I think it is important for the daily life stuff, because when we talk about small things every day, it actually like strengthen the siblings connection, and also uh, it kept the conversation going, so that every day's communication is not as awkward as it seems. So yeah. And then about the shared experience from my brother and I, um, as I mentioned in my task one, we spent our childhood exploring and playing outdoors. From that, I find that I find myself in a situation that having having quality times with your younger brother or even your siblings is actually important, because when you do so, you can actually figure out between you and your siblings more, and it eventually will lead to a good thing, such as um, having a good connection and also strengthen the bond as siblings, and many more. And then thinking about it, um, going on those little exploration with my younger brother made me realize that peace of mind comes from the safe feeling with someone who truly understands me. For example, when we were younger, we would like to go on like a little adventure in maybe my grandma's backyard, where we will like do a fake cooking, or like we play hide and seek, or even search out for random animals there, such as birds. Maybe we gaze on birds, or we catch some of like caterpillars or something, or just observing them. And from that, I found out that doing those activities will actually create a safe space between you and your siblings, because when you do so, you will have an intimate connection between them, and so you will feel safe uh, when you are with them the other time. So I think it's important, because growing up, um, finding someone to truly uh, put up beliefs, or like truly respect you, or like truly believes in you is important, so that later in time we will find someone who is truly respectable, and also
Loves you for who you
yeah,
are.
that's
Okay,
me.
I get it, I get it.
Like um, for a perspective, thinking about if you love someone that you love, like you love them the most, then you should actually reflect the love to yourself, so that you think you should love yourself just like how you capable of loving that person, so that you will love yourself. And that is my perspective from the shared value. And also, I think my younger brother helped me shape how I see myself. For instance, um, he always threw some good motivational speaks on me. For example, like um, you are you, and that's tough, and that's enough. And I think those little words speaks to me as a person who is still growing up and still learning about finding myself. And I think those words are important to to be given to siblings or even friends so that they knew how to handle their emotion on finding themselves in later in time. And yeah, I think that is all for my picture one. And from overall, what I can say is you should always find somebody to talk to so that you wouldn't feel lonely at all. Even if you don't have any siblings, you can also talk to your friends or even your parents so that you don't have to deal with the problems that you're having yourself so that the burden is lowered. So, moving on to my second picture, my second and last picture, which is the story behind Rouge. For the introduction, the picture has three peoples smiling brightly in a flash, which was me, Muiz, and Elena, my best friends. So, the quick recall why we call the picture Rouge is because um, we once dream of use, starting our own skincare brand together. So um, the word rouge actually read in French. Now you know. Okay, so the reason why I chose that picture is because Muiz and Elena taught me the meaning of having less but meaningful friendships. For instance, they helped me through SPM, which is, as we might know, is like one of the most important exam in our lives. Especially in Malaysia, if you want to go to prestigious university, you should definitely take SPM for extra credit, or you can just take IGCSE. But the majority of Malaysians use SPM because we are the citizen of Malaysia, and also the SPM is not easy either. We I think we threw like sleepless nights and endless classes, and also the moment of doubts if we were ever uh, to fail the exam, it would have been a different story. So like every night we talk about it, about like um, guys, what would happen if we fail this exam, what would happen if this, what would happen if that. But having best friends like Muiz and Elena had taught me that it's not that deep. Um, you just have to talk about it and everything will be gone. So having the doubt of the SPM um, and the presence of them comforting me has taught me that um, the friendship bond made me feel safe during SPM. So, but everything is not always perfect. The challenges in friendship that we face during the SPM is also real. I mean, all the disagreements and also misunderstandings that you might face during that phase, during the SPM period, has also taught me that the friendship should not always be happy and like free of disagreement or like fights, but those moments can happen anytime, even in a moment that you don't expect it would happen, but at the end it would happen also. And for me, you must let the angry goes away for you to give forgiveness to others. For example, if you're having a fight with your best friend, you just have to remember that whatever happens, at the end of the day, you guys are together. Like you guys are trauma bonding together on facing the SPM. So at the end of the day, you should probably forgive your friends because you are one when it comes to the same problems that you're having. So yeah, it's not good to fight for too long, by the way. And having them as my best friends has taught me about my personal growth. For myself, this picture reminds me of my high school years, the time when I truly grew as a person. Well, during my SPM years, I felt like having them as my best friends really reflects on my personality because for the first time ever, having best friends, meaning you can express anything to them so that you wouldn't have to keep it all to yourself and actually have someone to talk to. And having best friends is also good because the school environment might not be as good as we think. It might be toxic, it might be cruel, but having a good friends in that cruel position, in cruel environment, has changed the way that we think about the school because we have someone to talk to. Maybe if you're having problems with the school system or like you're having problem with that person, you might want to tell your best friends because they will listen to you and suggest how would you address the problems. And I think that's all for picture 2. From what I can say is the lesson that I can learn is you should always appreciate the people who stay with you through everything, right? The real friends don't only celebrate your happiness, but they stand by you and during your worst day. So, from my perspective, my best friends would never let me down. If I'm having a problem, they would listen to me in any possible ways so that I feel safer and comforted by them. So my friendship with Muiz and Elena taught me that doing well is better than doing sad. For example, um, the action speaks louder than words, right? The saying that you heard. So from my perspective, I think that is true because well done is better than well said. During the SPM, we we done the uh, well done by actually participating ourselves in an environment that is safe for everybody, for 3 of us. As others might just say something like you should always create a safe environment for everyone, but actually it depends on yourself. My best friend has taught me that by creating the environment is better than actually saying that you should always do it rather than say it. So that's all from me.
Wow.
Now let's move on to Ammar's reflections on the task 1.
Well, Aiman, I've got to say that your reflections are really heartwarming to me because I too also remember the days of my SPM years, those hard days, sleepless nights, the times our friends would help and build each other during those hard times. Well, for me, my task 1, I picked out 3 pictures that really meant deeply to me. Those pictures have great backstories and truly amazing lessons to learn from it. For my first picture, I've picked the time where my father was warded. The picture was a simple card made by my little sister that said, "Get well soon, ayah." For some backstory, my father was clearing some bushes behind my grandmother's house. He was burning those dry leaves. Then suddenly without warning, he got stung by 13 to 14 insects. He was kind of weak because of history of stroke. So by the time he got into the house, he fell down and almost paralyzed. So it was a shock for me and my whole entire family. So after about 3 days after he was wounded, me and my family on my mother's side went to visit him at the hospital. After I saw his condition, I felt very pity with what it has become. I wanted to take care of him since it was my duty as the only son of the family. But because SPM was around the corner, I couldn't. And my mother said I should not, since I have not been doing great during the midterm exams. So I thought, maybe I shouldn't. My father even said that you should focus on yourself first. But then my uncle said something to me that I will not forget. He said that you are the only son of the family. You should take full responsibility of your family's health after your father. So I stayed. 3 weeks gone by. I was grateful for my teachers that they let me stay out of school with the condition that I study at the hospital. By the end of it, my father regained full health with all of my help. Before I went home, I hugged my father and he said one single sentence that made me tear up, made me cry like a baby. He said, "I am proud to have a son like you." This story is very heartwarming to me. It is a motivation booster, because we need to remember from where we came from, who has taken care of us since birth until now. And I was proud that my father told that to my ear. So I think the lesson that I've learned from that experience is always make your family a first priority. No matter how favorable your friends are, make sure that your family is always number one in your heart. Alright, speaking about family, I want to talk about another family I found out in middle school. That was the Cultural Dance and Arts Club of SMK Gafawabu. For some backstory, I accidentally joined this club because I wanted to travel, and my first experience with them was very fun. The teacher was loving and supportive. The dance mates were all very talkative but fun to be with. So I think, I could count them as the second family. This club has taught me many things, such as discipline, respect for others, and mostly things that I wouldn't have learned in the classroom. And I miss them dearly. We have gone through many restless nights of training, and many tears were shed during and after competitions. So I guess I could count them as my secondary family. this club has become a part of my memories, and the picture that I showed in my task one has conveyed those memories perfectly. And now for the final picture, I think this picture both of us can relate to. It's a picture of the class of Tslb. Though it's only been 3 months since we've joined APG. Was that
Yes.
correct? Yes. If it's only been 3 months since we joined APG, but many memories were shared together. We have made many memories together through thick and thin, and I think because of our shared experiences, I believe that all of us can become one, and well,
Yeah.
sampai
And get
ah
to know each other more.
yes, and with getting to know each other more, we can grasp what we all wanted to be, a successful teacher in the future, so that we can teach the younger generation even more. Well, I think that is all for our task assessments. I think all of the listeners out there can take note on what we've learned from those pictures, and I hope it is very useful to all of you. So, thank you for tuning in, and as always, stay tuned for another episode with me and
Aiman.
bye.
Alright. See you guys again and bye.